Oh my gosh, it's working. Ooh, I'm gonna have to try to not make this so bad. Okay. Well, this is fine. So, this is my random crappy stream, 2 a.m. Okay. Get the chat. Okay. So, I guess this is it. Got the recording going. No redos. Live stream is all I got. Well, basically, I just wanted to show off a pretty good deck, I guess. I'll try and explain it here. Okay. So, what we got here, for anyone who hasn't played this game, this is a curio. You get to by interacting with this guy. You give him money, he'll go explore a region, come back in like a few runs or something, he'll have a curio for you. That's the main way you're going to find what it is. This is a special one. It does a few things. At the start of every turn, I gain invisibility, as well as whenever I do a melee attack. It does like the max damage, whatever the creature's max health is that I attack, it just does that much damage. They just die instantly. It's instant kill. This has a few properties. This solely affects your melee attack. Some things have direct hit melee damage, and then they only have applied melee damage, basically meaning they only do what they do, not what you do. And what this card is kind of using is Limit Breaker here, which normally, like, I don't really engage with the grit, which is a part of the whole red card, what do they call this? I guess just the fighter. It's a part of his whole little gimmick here is grit. I don't interact with that. This is usually just like useless. But when you have instant kills, it doesn't matter. Like, this uses your direct melee. It's not applied melee. Anyways, let's go through quick. Anyone who wants to use it in game knows what's up. This Quiet Flutter isn't actually a part of the build. It's just an applied one. 44 cards normally. I just having this just for having it. No, it's not part of the official thing. Okay. Now, good way to show this off would simply be let's do some boss fight roulette, some just boss rushes. Really small, compact deck makes it super easy to do because you need to go infinite. And I mean, yeah. Well, I guess we'll discuss the runes. And we kind of already have what we want to go infinite, but let's just bait it out a little. So what I kind of want to do is just use some cards that I don't need. This guy. I want to get something good. Something that will build myself during the boss rush. There we go. Just what we needed. actually perfect. So, yeah, we'll just go ahead and do this. Do a copycat on this, sustain myself completely. So we'll just basically just open. Yeah, stupid build. Okay. Even more. Do what you want. I'm just biding my time, going through motions, not too much. Analyze or talk about it. Usually do my thing. So, for no one who's played this game again, just stumbled upon the video. What we have here, what I'm doing here is, it's one of the lower level infinites that you can pull off. All the infinites, all the low level ones, there's like, you know, a few different setups you can use, whatever you have. But tunnel vision will be used in them. And then what I'm using is obviously dig deep, the best stranger. Very simple, but we're not even going to utilize that right now. We're still biding our time. I'm just waiting. Because the thing with this is I have cards that will go on, so I can get my full deck out here. But if I start to get all my cards back, I just won't be able to. I'm just waiting, I'm just drawing cards. Not much really matters besides this. I mean, I can kill this guy right now. It doesn't really matter. But the Curio himself is just pretty good. But that's not really what I'm here for. Not necessarily, at least. Oh well. It's part of it. You usually don't get to appreciate the boss as much. Unless you're doing the boss pushing a lot. Like I have, I guess. One thing to appreciate about these guys, so we're going through is when you kill one of them, the other one goes through a whole different set of attacks. So like, they have their normal set where they mostly just do crowd cheering and some kind of basic pathetic crap. But then when you finally take one down, assuming you focus on like one over the other, because they try to railroad you with the moves that they use, you know, the other one gets a whole different set of attacks. That doesn't matter here. We have the card that is just kind of here to show off the potential limit breaker, of course. Almost everyone dies. Low level infinite in the deck. Compact deck so I can get it going pretty immediately. And then I have limit breaker that obviously when you have all the cards and you have all the moves and you have all the everything, you have all the limit breakers. So you just walk into a room, limit break, walk into a room, limit break. Dungeons are like a few minutes long, if anything. It's really simple. Oh, and that's kind of it, I guess. Could go through an actual dungeon, could show off how simple it is. It's really just, so like I said. I guess since I'm doing this now, I have some other decks to hop into, show off. Chill, 2 AM, don't know the live stream. What would anyone want? What else could you want? There's a lot of cards, do appreciate this. Things, some of these bosses have like permanent environmental changes only if I take too long. Plow right here just takes care of that. It just resets everything with blank slates. It's cool. Here's one that we were looking for, Nuclear Infinite. We'll just go for it. Some cards. Use the first, because I can't clone it as readily as some other things. Another good one. Got only 2 of these Seeks in the deck, but if you get either one, you can use them very strategically. They're kind of only good for getting the whole infinites going, so that's the reason I only have 2. In a small deck like this, the chances of coming across one and there's only 2, it's good enough, but I can just do whatever. I don't even I do need some some invulnerability or whatever, or I could just end this. But with this card here, Explorer's Find, something really nice and niche about this is, well, it says draw 2 for each warden card. That counts for not only ethereals, but effects, status effects. So if you pop a bunch of invulnerabilities, you'll end up having just a bunch of warden cards in your deck with those alone. And with only just like a bunch of invulnerabilities, I use this and I easily pull out like my entire hand, my entire deck all at once. It's kind of ridiculous, but yeah, it's good. It's not a bad thing. You just have an overpowered deck in general, but so you can have any invulnerables. There's 1 invulnerable left. Okay, here it is. I mean, I don't know, it's not like it's even a struggle, just for the sake of things. You wouldn't be able to get you anyways, already invulnerable, whatever, boom. And that's that. Yeah. So, one thing that will be very noisy in the live stream is going through my keyboard and stuff. What's it called? No, noise dampening, whatever the word is. Nothing like that. You will suffer if you want to watch. Well, I suppose the only other thing that would be nice to document. Hold on, I guess we'll go over this real quick. Well, here are my runes. Kaleidoscope runes, so I can just use everything, of course. Stun vulnerability, so you don't lose all your deeps once you have infinite. Hex, so people can't take you out of invulnerable, because Hex can do a lot to actually stop you when you're invulnerable. Just a bit. It's one of the only things that passes through. And then the rest is AP. Now, let's see if I still have it even. Nope, I guess I deleted it. You can very easily create, before you have like everything in the game, you can very easily set up some like use every card decks. Well, I don't have it loaded anymore. I remember I had a nice one. Depending on what you want to use, you can definitely set some things up. Don't remember the restriction, whatever. But the other thing that I did want to show in document is, see if I can find it in the user stuff. Okay. I don't think it's any of this. I want to see. Oh, this might be it. Oh, look, I have a clue. This one might be it, I don't know. Basically just have a build set up for using this one curio. The Bountiful Key. Seen a few people post some like really kind of half-assed stuff, where like they go into the training room and they just like summon a bunch of creatures or something in there, and then like I don't know, I've seen some really half-assed things where like people aren't really going in game, like summoning stuff and using stuff, but some people are like taking the Bountiful Key and like kind of like half-ass showing off what it can do. I don't know, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Can't find a build. But it's really not that hard to just set up a useful infinite and use the Bountiful Key in like a real sense. Does this have tunnel vision? This has tunnel vision. I'm gonna take this. Honestly, that's probably it. Probably haven't refined it, although when I mean refined, I mean just take out a bunch of cards. Having smaller decks is really the way to go. As you go through the game, you get a bigger max deck size. But honestly, that's just rarely, I don't know, rarely in the best of builds would I say that they have a lot of cards. I think if you have a truly good build, it probably is streamlined. My only build that I really liked that had a lot out of all those freaking builds in there. There's one that's like, you know, I call it basically the God build. It has like all the utilitary and like cool mechanics, and like basically all the cards that I would ever want to use, and then it has, like, it's just used with, you know, high level infinite, and just put in, Tome Sigil, there you go. Basically all you need. Then you just spam yourself with ways to draw. You just draw infinitely instead of exhuming infinitely. It's, yeah, it's better than infinite exhumes because this actually brings taboo cards, brings cards marked with exhume back, so like Seek you get infinitely, just everything's infinite, it doesn't matter. As well as it's like way nicer not having to keep a stockpile of a bunch of like duplicate ethereal cards. Those are so annoying. They can fill up your screen. And there's no good way for sorting through a whole stack. So, yeah, small decks, No ethereal cards. Basically that. Anyways. Well, even though I said I don't like people's, you know, I want people to actually show it off. I wish it would be that dungeon. Rather stop this before. You don't need like it's just important you have like you have some kind of infinite when you go to level 1 not cookie. Gosh, okay, here's the problem. I probably got the cards I wanted. Oh well. So step on this again. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do very well. Just wanted to kill all the enemies in this room. So what you're gonna want to do is find your room, like go into the dungeons, clear out a room, get your infinite set up, so like you're well into the dungeons, you have everything set up. What you want to do at this point is you have your infinite, you can basically just go through and summoning a bunch of people, fill up the entire room, do that, that's not hard. Once you're at that point, what you want to do is, here we go, let's use the magic cauldron specifically, because what I'm about to do, it's just completely idle, it's really useful for this, it doesn't fight back or anything. So you take the magic cauldron and then you grab a reflection. And then now let's see if I can find a reflection. I'll find it. I'm scared. Look at my card shuffling abilities there. Boom. So you get your reflection. This is so simple. It's just gonna make an enemy of this one. So you can start the round artificially by placing it, and that starts combat. And how this key works is like you just place this guy down. This only works after the round, so you spent your whole downtime when the round wasn't going on setting up everything, placing everyone in this room, and then you save only 2 spots. You place your cauldron down beforehand, and you save 1 spot below it. Every other spot should be filled. You should work your way backwards and come back to here. Then you can use Reflection on your cauldron, which creates the enemy cauldron, and it will automatically lock down the room that you're in and start combat. Just kill the cauldron. Super simple. I use the king slimes. I duplicate these with the infinite. I use them because, as you can see, they give the highest level chest. You cannot open this chest, but it's very easy to do in actual combat, in an actual game. It's very simple. Actually, I will just make a better deck right here. We'll do it together. Because I'm not too pleased with this. Let's see, can I just... No, I have to click and move it. Whatever. We'll clear everything. We'll get all the basics set up. So just get ourselves some dig deeps, obviously. Take the 2 seeks as well. Do just like the other deck I liked. Then we'll get ourselves some common cards. Just fill us to the brim. Revolt. Give us these, of course. And we can go with 1, but we don't really need much space here. Because, we set up with this, guys, we set up with this. Okay. So, full copycats, because it'll be nice. Grab yourself some hypnocubes, I guess. Honestly, so these lures, the hypnocube and the trap cube or whatever, yeah, the mirror orb, this one. They are so freaking good. They might be underrated. I don't know if they're underrated. Not enough people play this game at all. They are so OP. The lore effect, there's very few people who are actually immune to lore. Probably the only people that will ever be immune to lore will be in the Desert Coliseum and, right? It's where there's those Oracle guys. No, I'm thinking of the tower. It's where the Oracle guys are. That's what I was fighting last night. There's some guys that use it. Basically, the only people that will ever be immune is like the one enemy that actually uses it himself. He's like super easy to deal with in terms of his attacks. He's got like nothing in his arsenal. He'll be fine. Tunnel vision. Obviously, magic pomegranate. That much. Infinite. It's nice in a lesser sense, but I don't need that much. That's cool. I think the angelic champions also do one night. It's really just the summon level, I guess. I mean, I know it's tied to the health that the summon has, but I guess this guy has enough. I don't know, whatever. I don't care. Technically only need a few more cards to fill out the deck. And smaller is better. We also need some to be able to get through the dungeon. Normally the winner normal combat. Don't want normal combat to be annoying. Okay, this is another really underrated card. It's so ridiculous. Freaking global effect. This thing. Before I came on to before I settled on the first deck I showed off, basically. The one that just kills everyone instantly. I played around with global, with these other global effect cards a lot, like Bonfire and a few other ones. This one's a global effect, I think. I don't know, it isn't. The Marsh is a global effect. Marsh is pretty good. Like there's crushing builds. The crushing build is pretty fun. You basically have to ensnare people with any move, and then you just drop things on them from above. And most people just instantly die, they evaporate, and bosses take critical damage. It's just pretty fun. It also moves things pretty fast. It's fairly high level gameplay. Low level combat is where it's at, but striving to the high level is always the goal. And who doesn't? But it's pretty satisfying. It's very satisfying. Yeah, okay, we need some immunity. Course. Yeah, good stuff. So, Nightmare is one that I also really like. Probably underrated as well. Isn't the whole game underrated if no one plays? Yikes. But, what's really nice about this is just being able to copy the bosses, copy everyone. It's just, I don't know, it feels like a momentum turn no matter where you are or what you're playing. It's just pretty fun. You just have to slap on some sleep immunity, and then you can just use it whenever you want. Sleep is a really annoying factor. It moves like all your physical cards or something. No, it takes your phantom cards. Your ethereal cards go away. It's not a big issue with the deck that I normally use with the Tome Sigil and stuff, because we're not using those low level infinites. We're just using the Tome Sigil and a bunch of draw cards, but it's just really nice being able to spam it too. It feels really overpowered, and it's like, oh yeah, well I created 3 of you, created 3 of this boss, and then casted immunity shield on all of them. So, how do you feel now, Mr. Boss of the game? Like, I don't know, it's just kind of fun. You can do that with normal reflection, but when it's the whole room, you just fill the entire room. Honestly, maybe put this. It's very worth consideration. Because, you know, better than having health is just not getting hit if your build is good enough. We have the immunity. And it is kind of going to be useful if we can't be put to sleep, and this protects our infinite, so we can get our infinite going, and we will never lose it, no matter what other things people do to us. They can hex us through the shield, they won't be able to sleep us. I think when you're hexed, it takes your shield away. I think that is it. You can always like reapply it, and then that immediately transforms you and stuff, but it's very annoying, it does leave you open. So one weakness to most of these builds is being hexed, but there's hex immunity that you can slot into a room slot. It's just, you know, once again, what's better than being hexed is just not getting hexed at all. Technically only need one more card. So, let's actually do I just need something that will let me kill a bunch of people, so I don't gotta wait around and BS. So I don't gotta wait for all my summons to do. Overshot, very underrated card in the early games. So before you get this room here that allows you to actually just use every card ever, you're basically like juggling what class you are and stuff. So being able to take this card is pretty big. There's not a whole lot of, well, there's a few 1-star taboos that are pretty damn good, like the eviction. Eviction, I don't think I've actually ever used because it seems like a moot point. Like, yeah, it'd be nice for speedrunning because you'd think 50% of the time you'd go to a room that you already explored, so you won't be back there and you'll be safe. But the other 50% of the time they'll go ahead of you. So it's like, I don't know, it seems like a moot point. I don't really deal with that. What's better than that is just fucking killing them all. I think the logic applies there too. Rather than just meeting them in the other realm and getting snowballed on or something. Let's just kill them. I don't know, don't need to rely on such a okay, so for high damage. Honestly, you could put in a little bit of a crushing build in here, since you do have infinites going. You could slot in some more things to copy, like ethereals. Put in the one that's just like the card tapping on the other in the picture. I don't remember what it's called, but you can, there's a few copy cards. You can add some more. The lures will do big work. So, you kinda can just rely on those two. Take the bonfires. The lures with the bonfires. Be preoccupied and just bonfire them to death. The whole point of this isn't really to kill them all in one-shots anyways. The whole point is to use the bountiful harvest. So, some more copy cards then in this deck. It's probably just the best. I guess we don't need too much. We need 3. It'll probably be good enough, because you really don't need it. Honestly, literally just 2, I'm guessing. And it wouldn't be that bad, but it's fine. So we don't have any cards anyways, so I don't really care. useful for the bonfires and that copy. Two heroes, whatever. I guess it's fine. In terms of ratio, it's a little heavy on copy cards now, a little heavy on all the utility, not a whole lot that you could use in combat. That might be a problem. Let's see what kind of hands we get if we go in. Yeah, very doable. Stall with the nightmare and then start pulling. Oh, also lure, very doable. Add more lure, you can survive. You can survive to get your infinite going, and then you'd have the bonfire to kill everyone. Yeah, add more lure, and then you can survive on your hands that you're dealt. Lure is to balance the copy cards, I would say. But you know, here we go. So we always use the ethereal. By the way, when we're doing this and we're duplicating to the vaults, we're duplicating our draw cards, whatever it is. We always use the ethereal first because library cards are often way more useful. Because anything you can use like basically, there's things you can use a library card for that you just can't use an ethereal card for. I guess that's the best way to put it. Like, yeah. Enough said. Oh well. But yeah, no, you can basically just go through and wait. Like, yeah, we wait for a copycat, and then I can do that. 2, honestly, 4 would be better. That'd be more than I could currently get with them with just the copycat. I know my numbers, don't worry about that. As well as, it's actually 5, 4 because of this, and then blank. Yeah. Efficient plays. But yeah, no, you can definitely survive, and yeah, we got this vulnerability really early, like, yeah. Take this, pull those, pull all your vulnerabilities, help you live. There's a lot you can do. This might be perfect. Yeah, I'd be in trouble with this hand. I mean, actually, but no, I could test him. Okay. Only way to make it actually simple. This time I have draw cards. Thanks, Christian. I'm really working on it. It's not fast enough. Pretty doable deck, I suppose. Once again, the nightmare. And you have your draws, and this might be good. And hand, I'm gonna get because you draw it in there. Fucked up. But as long as you get your invincible, yeah, you can wait it out and probably get it good. Get that, and then you have these as well. So get around a bit more. Like I said, it's using the status effect, so. Oh well. Yeah, this might just be perfect, because it seems like you can do it. It seems like, yeah. A lot of these hands, you have something you can use, and almost no matter what when playing this game, you're gonna have times when you just get a bad starting hand. you can still play around it. A lot of the time, you can just play around it. You don't get started off in the worst parts of the dungeon, usually. Even if it's the tower, you can usually play around it. So it's like, hey. I think that this passes. I'll save it. Okay. But with that, I'm very content. I'm very content with leaving it there. I hope things got recorded appropriately. I hope I'll be content in that way. I like what I showed off. No, I hope I like what it recorded. So, for anyone that manages to stop by or watch this video, thank you. And I'm not actually sure how to end the stream. Nah, there it is. Okay, I'm silly. Okay. Well, thanks for watching, and I don't know, maybe I'll stream showing off something I'm proud of again in a little bit here. I've done a lot. Done a few things that I've been meaning to record in a better form, more lasting way. So, thanks for watching, and that's it.